When we submitted the new residence permit application, there was one question we didn't think about much at first. At the time, it just felt like another box in a long application. Is your marriage registered in the home country of the applicant?
Hello, my name is Tommy, and this is my beautiful wife Tanida. I'm Swedish, she is Thai. Welcome to our channel.
Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Our marriage now existed through phone calls, messages, and countdowns. Every morning started with checking our phone, a FaceTime call with each other. And every evening ended with a FaceTime. You never really understand distance until the person you love is suddenly on the other side of the world. So today is exactly 4 months since we were separated. Separated by technical requirements. 4 months since we last held hands together. 4 months since I could hug her. 4 months since I could kiss her goodnight. 4 months since we used to take our walks, just go shopping, having coffee together. By now, I knew I couldn't wait any longer. I needed to see my wife again. So I booked a ticket to Thailand. Yes, I booked my ticket. I'm going to Thailand. For the first time since the deportation, we finally had something to look forward to. At the same time, we started preparing something else. we started realizing how important every detail could become. If we wanted to register our marriage in Thailand, the documents first had to go through Sweden. First, the marriage certificate had to be translated.
For us, it's a little bit of an urgency because we thought we could do everything in Thailand. When we realized, no, you have to do many things in Sweden first, we only have 3 weeks. So I'm still on my 1.5 week now, halfway into it. So now I'm on my way to church to pick it up. And after that I have a meeting with the translator who is translating the document. And this is not just any translator. The translator has to be approved by the länsstyrelse. Parked, and I have arrived at our church. Here it is. Hillsong, Gothenburg. Jesus. Hope for humanity. All right. There we have it. Our marriage certificate. Complete and signed and everything by the pastor in the church. Now we just need it translated. So let's get in the car again and go to the translator. Have it. The translated marriage certificate. Finally, with all the fancy stamps and signatures. It's pretty basic. It's a very small paper to translate. So I'd say these stamps are pretty expensive. These cost me 3,000 baht. Yeah, you heard that right, for this little piece of paper. And I'm so happy that it's done. Now we just need to have these legalized. That's next step. It's really good to check these 2 boxes. It was such a hurdle to get all this information and how to do it and get the right papers and all, but now two off the list. Let's keep going. Good morning. New day, new work on our documents. So this is our marriage certificate. It's from our church in Sweden. This is a legal document in Sweden. To make it legal for another country, in our case Thailand, we have to go through a lot of steps. The first thing was to have it translated. So that's why I fixed this and went to the translator, who has to be authorized translator. Not just any good translator. It has to be authorized, and they are listed on the website of the County Administrative Board in Sweden. It's Länsstyrelsen. So they have to be authorized, they have to be listed on their website, which of course makes them a little bit more expensive. Now we have it. It's nice with all the stamps and seals and watermarked paper and everything. That's just step one. Now I have to take it to a public notary. Then finally the documents are ready for legalization. That's why I'm going on the train tomorrow up to Stockholm to see the government, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They will legalize it. And then I can walk over to the Thailand embassy in Stockholm. And then they will look at the English documents that have been legalized, and they will also legalize it. Many steps, many stamps, many signatures just for a document that's already legal in our country. That's the way it is. Okay, just find the exact address here. Find a place to park. All right, back in the car with all the papers, new stamps, new signatures. He actually had to make a few calls just to make sure which exact stamp is needed for Thailand. We have the translation, which is now signed and stamped with the correct apostille. I paid 4,100 baht. Another check, done. Now it's home, have a little rest and prepare for a very long day tomorrow. Good morning.
Another trip, another office, another stamp. Everything for one goal, being together again.
Not much of a building. Okay, success. Now we have the documents legalized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Sweden. So next stop is over to the Thailand embassy here in Stockholm for the final legalization in Sweden. It was fairly quick. It's almost 10 o'clock and the next appointment with the Thai embassy is at 1 o'clock. I must admit that once you leave the city part of Stockholm and come down to the water, it's actually quite beautiful. It's just the city part that doesn't appeal to me. With that nice setting in the background, we just turn around and have a look at the Royal Castle. I'm starving, so I've gone back to this little Thai place that me and Tanida ate last time we were here. It's called Mai Thai on Hötorget. little Thai lunch. So now it's the embassy. It's not open yet. They haven't closed for lunch, but it's just up the street here. So I'm sitting here, enjoying my time, waiting. So here we are. Thailand Embassy, Stockholm, Sweden. Time for the final step of the documents in Sweden. Oh boy, you won't believe this. I went into the Thai embassy and she asked why one of the documents was not legalized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And I said, I don't know. I gave it to them. They had a good look at both of them, but they didn't legalize one of them. The crazy thing is I noticed this when I went out, but I thought I'm the one that doesn't know the requirements. They do. So if they decided not to stamp that one because there was an apostille on it from the public notary, I thought maybe that's it. Maybe that's all that's needed. But no. So they wouldn't legalize one of the documents. Our marriage certificate is legalized and done, but not the other one. Naturally, I started sort of panic because I've gone through so much trouble and I really need this document legalized. But she said you can always go back to the Foreign Affairs and have them legalize it now and ask why they didn't in the first place. But they're only open between 9 and 11. And I don't live here. I've gone 500 kilometers to do this. Luckily, I have a good friend who lives in Stockholm who I called in total panic and asked if he could possibly help me tomorrow. And without a doubt, he just went straight from work, met me here at the central station, took the paper, and he will go there tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus, for good friends. Thank you, Jesus. Tack Sasse. So now he has the document, the one that has not been legalized. So he will be at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs tomorrow at 9, and then he will go over to the Thailand embassy. He doesn't have a booking, and they promised me that if he shows up with that paper, they will legalize it without a booking, no problem. So then we just have to figure out how to get the paper to me again, if we trust the postal service or if I have to take the train up here again. What a nightmare. I need a coffee before my train. Shit. Just waiting for the train, calming my nerves, sipping a coffee. Oh boy. That's not what I expected. That's not what I was hoping for. It's not what I was praying for, but I got to meet my old friend. It was a long time ago since we met, so that's good. There's always a reason when God do things like this, so we'll see.
Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him.
ในยากอบบทที่1ข้อ12 คนที่สู้ทนต่อการทดลองใจก็เป็นสุขเพราะเมื่อพวกเขาผ่านการทดสอบแล้วเขาจะได้รับมงกุฎแห่งชีวิตที่พระเจ้าทรงสัญญาไว้ให้กับคนทั้งหลายที่รักพระองค์
Okay, I've got a notice on my phone that I have a registered letter to pick up. So it's the final document that my friend helped me get signed and legalized in Stockholm. So let's go pick it up. So here it is. I have to open it. I have to see this. Oh boy. Receipts and the document. I'm not going to show all the personal details on it, but I'm going to show you the very important legalization stamp. This red one is from the embassy. So yes, finally, all documents prepared, translated, legalized in every possible way in Sweden, ready for my flight for Thailand in little more than a week, just a week and a day actually. Amazing. Then we'll do the same thing in Thailand, but that's a different story. Then we'll be together, me and Tanita, and we can work it out.
After months apart, the day had finally arrived. I was going to Thailand. I'm going to my wife.
It's been 5 long months. And now's the first flight. First step is for Munich. I'll switch aircraft and start my journey to Bangkok.
Please ensure the chair seatbelt remains unfastened.
All right, now we are ready for takeoff. Please make sure all carry-on items are placed in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you.
Okay, we ended up on a remote stand today. That's nice. Boarded, now heading for the aircraft. That should be our aircraft. Time to get on the aircraft. fun.
Evening 23A, right to the right side.
Okay, boarded on the aircraft in Munich and we're off.
Welcome to Bangkok Airport, everyone. Please remember to keep your seatbelt fastened until we have reached the parking stand and the seatbelt signs have been switched off.
Okay, landed in Bangkok. Let's find immigration and our luggage. So here comes the moment of truth. Waiting 5.5 months, almost 6 months now. And finally, I got my bag. Just gonna find the exit and find her, and then we'll be together again for a while. Exit, there it is.
After all the waiting, all the paperwork, all the distance, we were finally about to see each other again.
Please like and subscribe